Okay, so let's jump right in. We're talking about a classic David versus Goliath story today, but set in the world of marketing software. It's all about a startup, one born out of some serious frustration, that's trying to completely change how businesses grow by taking on the biggest names in the industry.
But let's start with a question, especially for anyone who's ever worked in marketing. Think about that big, expensive automation tool you use. Does it really feel automatic? Or does it feel like you spend most of your time just wrangling data, trying to piece together clunky workflows, and basically just trying to figure out what already happened? Well, that exact frustration is what kicked this whole story off.
And that frustration leads us right to the doorstep of the established rulers of this world. You know, the platforms that have pretty much defined marketing automation for the last decade, the ones with all the market share and the name recognition. On one side, you have these household names, right? HubSpot, Adobe Marketo. They are massive, powerful platforms, but their greatest strength, their long history, has actually become their biggest weakness. See, they're built on older tech, which naturally creates these walled-off data silos and makes plugging in modern AI a really clunky, inefficient mess. And this slide just nails the core issue. For these giants, AI was never part of the original plan. It was an add-on, a feature they bolted on later. It's a retrofit. And when you just slap AI on top of an old foundation, you end up with all the cracks and all the problems of that original design. So what happens when all that frustration with old tech sparks a brand new idea? Well, a challenger steps into the ring, Conversion AI.
Now, this wasn't a company dreamed up in a boardroom. It was founded by two UC Berkeley dropouts, Neil Tawari and James Joe, who felt this pain firsthand. They looked at all the fragmented tools out there and just saw a huge opportunity. They didn't want to just build a slightly better tool. They wanted to build a whole new kind of growth engine with AI as the absolute foundation from day one. And for their first customers, the change was dramatic. A company called Hockey Stack said it all. They launched campaigns that didn't just do a little bit better, they completely blew everything they'd ever done before out of the water. That's the kind of leap you can make when you switch from a clunky system to one that's built for today.
So what is this challenger's secret weapon? What's the slingshot they're using to take on these Goliaths? Well, it all comes down to one really important idea. It's really about a fundamental shift in how you think. The giants were asking, how can we add AI to our platform? But Conversion AI asked a different question. What if a platform wasn't just using AI, but was actually built on AI from the very start? And that tiny change in perspective, well, it changes everything. The answer to that question is what they call an AI native architecture. And look, this isn't just a fancy marketing buzzword. It means the AI isn't a feature, it's the central nervous system of the whole platform. By design, this gets rid of those data silos we talked about and lets the system not just tell you what happened, but actually predict what's going to happen, all in real time. This table here breaks it down perfectly. You see the legacy platforms on the left? They retrofit AI onto old, fragmented systems. So their main job is just organizing data from the past. But with Conversion AI, the native architecture and unified data model mean its core value is totally different. It predicts the next best action. Honestly, this is the best way to think about it. Using one of those old systems is like driving your car while only looking in the rearview mirror. Yeah, you get a great view of where you've been. An AI native system, on the other hand, is like a forward-looking GPS. It analyzes everything in real time to tell you the best way to get where you want to go. One is reporting, the other is navigating. And the market is absolutely responding. I mean, 90%, think about that. A staggering 9 out of 10 of Conversion AI's new customers are basically refugees, switching over from platforms like HubSpot and Salesforce because they were tired of driving with that rearview mirror. This kind of perfect product market fit turned into rapid growth, really fast. In just 2 years, the company was already hitting $10 million in annual recurring revenue. That's just incredible speed. And of course, when you've got that kind of traction, investors definitely take notice. The company has pulled in $30 million in total investment. That's a huge signal that the market really believes this AI native approach is the future. So, after proving their model and getting a solid foothold, Conversion AI is now looking at a brand new, very complex, and incredibly valuable battlefield, the market in South Korea. And you can see exactly why. The opportunity there is just massive. The Korean AI marketing market is projected to absolutely explode, growing at over 36% a year. This is a market that's just hungry for smarter AI-powered tools. But, and this is a big but, this new battlefield has its own powerful local champions. You've got players like Wharton, a huge AI super app, Channel Talk, which dominates in chat and CRM, and Sendbird, a B2B SaaS unicorn. These guys know their home turf inside and out. And the market itself just works differently. Globally, about 30% of the software market is SaaS. In Korea, it's only 7%. Now, you could look at that and think it's a challenge, that the market's more conservative. Or you could see it as a massive, untapped opportunity for the right company with the right strategy. So here's the billion-dollar question. How does a foreign David like Conversion AI actually win in this unique arena against really strong local Goliaths? Well, success there is about way more than just translating your website. It takes a really deep strategic localization playbook. You have to start by respecting local data laws. Then you have to integrate deeply with the tech that people actually use. And you have to back it all up with support that understands the local culture. So what does that actually look like in practice? Winning means offering to keep data physically in Korea and getting local security certifications. It means your product has to talk to Naver and Kakao. It means you have to accept payments from Kakao Pay and Naver Pay. And, it might even mean offering old-school on-premise solutions for big, conservative companies. It's all about meeting the market where it is. Which leaves us with one final big question. Imagine they put you in charge of this whole expansion. You have this amazing AI-native platform, a huge market opportunity, but also really tough local competitors and unique demands. With all of that on your plate, what would be your very first, most critical move to make sure you win?